Tunisia have gone with a 4-5-1, Jim.
Well, most teams that use this system, Peter, will work it in a way where, yes, they'll have a 4-5-1 shape off the ball and ideally a 4-3-3 shape on it. We often see that 4-1-4-1 shape too, and that has an obvious flexibility about it. It's a popular managerial selection because of that. It's just extremely flexible with all the numbers I've mentioned.
There's the whistle. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, Peter, I think you and I can be sure that neither of us are going to present a serious challenge in trying to outrun Mickey van der Ven. This Dutchman is unusually fast for a defender, particularly the fact is he's 6'4". So I'm just concerned about his hamstrings. I know he's had problems in the past, and I just...
Can he finish? Oh, that's fabulous!
As openings go, this is up there. Another magnificent finish from Mr. Magnificent. This could be good, very good. The Netherlands, the danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
The Netherlands gain their reward with an early goal. Khedira. Shaqiri. Has a look and plays it forward. Verbruggen sends that a long way. And it's Memphis Depay. Marlon. Lovely feet. Marlon in acres of space out wide. Defending of the desperate variety. That is good strength. That's a throw. Gravenberg. Chance! That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Well, he certainly got to the ball well enough, but the rest didn't quite come off for him.
That's really well manoeuvred. Shaqiri. Khedira. Shaqiri. Gron, oh, good-looking ball. And he cuts out the supply. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
And it's Reinders. Muscular approach does pay off here. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Hannibal. Now here's the delivery. Marlon. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Van Dijk. Ake. And here's Gakpo. Reinders. And here's Ake. Over to the left. Gakpo. Here's a shot! And it's played forward. Hannibal. Khedira. Aim forwards. Oh, that's nice. Played with finesse. Tries to get it clear. Shaqiri, gently done. Hannibal takes a shot, and Dijk clears it away. De Jong. He's in plenty of space here. He's got away. Gakpo with the cross. He can get that clear and claimed it back swiftly. Marlen. It's Memphis Depay! It's off target and by quite a way. Shaqiri. Hannibal. Oh, Red, nice interception. Van der Ven with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And reclaimed it in a trice. Khedira. Spread out to the left. And he's managed to get free. Marlen. Timber. Marlen. Gravenberg. Reinders. Ake. Gakpo. And it's De Jong. Now that's well seen too. Tunisia suffering an early setback and looking to reel it back in.
Look, they've simply been punished for a sleepy start. Time for that wake-up call.
Reinders. The Netherlands going wide a lot more often now, Jim.
Yeah, they're looking to create space in and around that D by stretching the defence. Look out for a late arrival or two from midfield.
Marlen. Nice control. Timber's cross. Tunisia already required to chase the game. And that has been cleared. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Played back in. Now it's De Jong. Whistle's gone, that's a foul.
Yeah, well, they were exposed and vulnerable, and he knew he had to do something to prevent a goal then.
Well, that looks like a final warning, still no card. A real chance! Decent chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Gravenberg is offering a wry smile there.
Oh, smashing header! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Timber goes short. A chance to play it in. And he's heaved it away. And he's lost his man here. Could move up a gear here. Gravenberg. Out to the left it goes. Reinders. And now the breakaway. Memphis Depay does have his name on the score sheet, of course. Timber. Gravenberg. Moved on forwards. Gakpo is onto it in a flash. That's good vision. Gets it away. And that's been won straight back. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Timber. Van Dijk. Timber. Van de Ven. Keeper's got good distance on that. That's a nicely weighted pass. Memphis Depay is sporting a guilty look after that.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And it's De Jong. And here's Depay. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh, super find. And Dijk gets good distance on it. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Gravenberg. Reinders. And it's played forward. Gakpo chasing after it. Gakpo. Reinders. Memphis Depay. Cleared away. Khedira. Well, that's beautifully weighted. He is just caressing the ball. Looks across and plays it in. Khedira. And out it comes again. Gakpo. Looking here to chip it through. He could be in here. He's one on, shot a goal! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
Well, it came to nothing in the end, but it certainly got the crowd going.
Sakiri. Khedira. Brong, long ball upfield. Timber. Gravenberg. Reinders. And here's Depay. Oh, nicely intercepted. That's really well manoeuvred. Gravenberg. Well, played right into his... He's had a shot! Oh, split-second reaction.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Deftly away. Ake. De Jong has created one goal already. Time and again they are repelled. Sakiri. Oh, that's sweet, almost telepathic. Skiri. Khedira. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on.
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Van de Ven.
The Netherlands, well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
And it's De Jong. De Jong played out to the left flank. Gakpo providing an outlet on that flank. He's there to get rid. Timber. Very nicely done. Malon's cross. Real chance! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. And how about that for a volley? Executed to perfection.
Oh, that's great thinking and wonderful improvisation. He had to reshape quickly to make the perfect connection.
After 26 minutes, please.
The Netherlands are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
Well, now's the time you could afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Aim forwards. Skiri. Kadira. Played out wide. Here comes the a header! And the ball's come loose here. And again. He's got a goal! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
It's an old saying, but it's still as true as ever. The first yard's in the head, and look at the way he was so quick off the mark there.
We have got ourselves a game here.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Timber. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Delivered in. Sakiri. Aim forwards. Reinders does really well to win the ball there.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Van Dijk. Kadira. Moved on forwards. It is a corner. That's really well cleared. Skiri. Steaming on goalwards. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And here's Depay. Gakpo. Now it's Gakpo. Chance for a shot! It's there! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
So the lead now is 2.
Well, everything is going to plan, Peter. A day for a regular managerial heartbeat, at least for one.
Khedira. And that's a throw-in. Van Dijk. Reinders. De Jong. And it's played forward. That's really well manoeuvred. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. Marlen. Van Dijk. And it's De Jong. Memphis Depay. And here's Ake. De Jong. Gakpo. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. Aim forwards. Van der Ven cuts it out. Van Dijk. Gravenberg. Reinders. Van der Ven, gently done. Pass just lacking in accuracy. Hannibal. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Hannibal. Danger averted for now. Can he get onto this? Great defending, strong and determined. Played out to the right. And it's De Jong. Gravenberg, forwards and with intent. Hannibal. And he has been fouled there. Gravenberg. And here's Marlen. Marlen! He's done very well to get to that.
Marlen clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Oh, what a climb! He will be livid with himself. Approaching half-time and still behind. Can they make something happen now? And it's played forward. De Jong. Gakpo. Ake. Gakpo. Oh, that's neat. Reinders. Ake. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Goes for a shot! Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. De Jong. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Here's found the Gakpo! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are tearing the opposition apart here. Simply breathtaking stuff. And that is a goal worthy of universal appreciation. Even the opposing fans have to recognise the quality there.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, talk about being on top of your game. Everything seems to be coming off for him.
The Netherlands grab a 3-goal lead. It's just too easy.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Moved on forwards. Timber. And it's played forward. And it's De Jong. Marlen. Timber. Marlen delivers with wit. And that has been clubbed away. Oh, nice touch. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Chance here to counter. Van Dijk gets across to intercept that. Marlen. Timber. Now it's Reinders. And here's Ake. Ake played over towards the opposite flank. Timber wins the duel this time. And here's Depay. He is through here. Keeper has taken decisive action. Reinders. Oh, good spread. And it's Gravenberch. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Khedira. That's really well manoeuvred. Reinders. De Jong. Now it's Marlen. Shoots! Ake. And that has been knocked clear. So who's he picking out? De Jong. There's the shot! That's going to go a long way. Marlon. De Jong. Now it's Marlon. Marlon. Oh, it's played into the area. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Aim forwards. Well timed, excellent interception. Gravenberg. Reinders. Sakiri. And he's on a charge. Kadira. Knocks it out wide. Sakiri. Turns and goes back. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. De Jong. Gravenberg. Van Dijk. Ake. And it's half-time here. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Tunisia didn't have a great first half. They need a change of fortune. De Jong. Van de Ven. Marlon. Now, what's he got in mind? The Netherlands fought it in the end. That move lacked any sort of thrust. That's tidy. Gravenberg shifted upfield. Marlon. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Oh, he's caught him there, it's a free kick. Van de Ven. Reinders. Reinders, gently done. Could be danger here. Oh, sweet feet. Clears it away. Looks to the other side. Hannibal. And they've got rid. Kadira. Does really well to win the ball there. Oh, just skips big chance! He scores!
But Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So is this the start of a comeback? Van Dijk. Ake. Gakpo. Gravenberg. Moved on forwards. That has been cut short. Sakiri. Lovely bit of skill. And it's hoisted clear. Khedira. Hannibal. De Jong. Timber. Sakiri. Played into the middle. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Gakpo. Gakpo going full tilt down the left. Short changes him with that pass. Sakiri. Is onto it in a flash. Timber. Marlin. And it's Timber. Oh, the question, that's a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. Up he goes! Oh, he's done well. Great stop. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Strong running down that left flank. That's good play. There are a few waiting for it. Aimed in towards the centre. And he's there to clear it. Sakiri. And it's played forward. Calmly anticipates. De Jong. Ake. Van der Ven. Van Dijk. Reinders. Van Dijk forwards and with intent. Van der Ven. That's really well manoeuvred. Cuts out the pass. Khedira. Hannibal. That pass has been well intercepted. Van der Ven. Marlen.
Have certainly changed the dynamic, but I'm not quite sure whether we're going to get patience or impatience now.
Can he latch on to this? De Jong. Can he deliver? That's very neat. Delivered across. Moved on forwards. And here's Depay. No, he's not played the ball, that's a foul. Well, he knows very well that he is already walking a tightrope. No hesitation, he's straight into his pocket. It's a second yellow card and he walks. Players protesting furiously, but there's little or no sympathy from the ref. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Timber. Ake. Looking for a decent ball in. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And it's played forward. Aim forwards. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Well, that's an excellent interception. Van der Ven. Gakpo, now he's off and running. And it's De Jong. Marlen. De Jong. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And he cuts out the supply. Hannibal. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening.
The Netherlands look very much like they've got to that time where it's all about closing this one out. Just take the sting out of the opposition.
The Netherlands, on the other hand, are left with no choice but to risk everything and to go for it. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Ake. Great defending, strong and determined. Reinders. It's a clearance, but not much of one. Now it's De Jong. De Jong is flagged offside. Long ball by the goalkeeper. Hannibal. Sakiri. Moved on forwards. And that's put paid to a promising move. And it's played forward. It's a throw-in. Oh, he's found support out wide. That's a super give and go. Cross. Timber tries to clear. De Jong. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Hannibal, out to the right. Cross goes in there. And the shot! Oh, that was extravagant by any standard.
Well, you've got to admire the confidence and the agility. Wasn't too far off either.
That has been cut short. Hannibal. Good chance here! And he has kept it out somehow.
Skiri actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Van de Ven with the clearance. Marlen. Now it's Memphis Depay. Over to the left. Trying his best to keep it in play here. Hannibal. And they can counter here. They're trying everything to subdue him here.
Well, to be fair to that defence, it's nigh on impossible to cater for such astute movement, but at least, eventually, they've made the right call.
And it's been played through. Marlen! Marlen! Kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Marlen really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Timber with the short one. Ake with the cross. Now, who's going to be first to this? That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. He's found a way through. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. And here's Depay, and he's running through. They've played it short, and it's Ake. Hannibal. Shaqiri. Van de Ven gets over and intercepts. Timber. Marlen. Timber. Marlen. Gravenberg. It's run loose here. Memphis Depay played out towards the right wing. That is lovely. Gravenberg. Reinders. Gakpo.
Gakpo made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
He's beaten the last man. Nice interception, well timed. Oh, nicely intercepted. Sakiri. Van Dijk attempts a clearance. And it's to Young. Tries a measured ball. Well read, nice interception. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Ake wins the duel this time. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. De Jong. Marlon providing an outlet on that flank. Showing good feet. Plenty waiting in the middle. And the shot! Timber. Van Dijk. Aim forwards. That's really well manoeuvred. Defending of the desperate variety. Does really well to win the ball there. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Oh, there's a probing ball. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. Van de Ven. Gakpo. Sakiri is the guilty party there. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture.
Substitution on the field. Number 26. Coming on to replace him is
Van Dijk.
number 23.
He's in a good position here. And the shot! Memphis Depay has been caught there, it's a foul.
Well, I think the alternative was to stand there and do nothing while he tried to score, and obviously he's not going to allow that, Peter, is he?
There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. He's had a crack, off the bar! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. That's a little off target. Marlen. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Hannibal. Van de Ven. Timber. Marlen. It's a good run down the right. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Hannibal. Sakiri. Spread out to the left. Hannibal. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Van de Ven. De Jong. Gakpo. Ake. Gakpo. Ake. Ake. Gakpo. And that's aimed into the middle.
Well, he had to bide his time a bit there, Peter. Needed more targets to aim at in the box.
Aim forwards. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Timber. He's shifting through the gears here. Bron clears it away. Now, what about a counter-attack? Hannibal. Well-timed, excellent interception. Van de Ven. Reinders. Gakpo. It's a good run down the left-hand side. Gakpo tries looking up for options on the left. Plays it in low. Cleared without complication. Van Dijk. Ake. And here's Gakpo. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Gakpo. Memphis Depay looking to run onto it. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Moved on forwards. Well, they've seen lots of the ball. Time to go for it a bit of creativity and adventure. And it's played forward. De Jong. Gakpo. Gakpo. And it's Ake. Crossed into the box. Oh, and he's asking too much with that. And the referee has brought play back and shown him a yellow card. That's really well manoeuvred. It's all a little short of forward momentum, lacking thrust. De Jong. Malen. De Jong. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Bron shifted upfield. Tunisia desperately needs someone to hold up the ball here. Hannibal. De Jong. Gakpo. Gakpo goes on a charge down the left. Van Dijk. Gravenberg, aim forwards. De Jong. And here's Depay. Hannibal. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Hannibal, over to the left. Marlon. De Jong. Van de Ven. Ake. Van Dijk, gently done. Gakpo is offering some sort of an apology there.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Ake. Gakpo. Reinders. Van de Ven. Moved on forwards. Gakpo chasing after it. Now that's well seen too. Reinders. Timber. Played towards the other side. Van Dijk. Reinders. Gravenberg. De Jong. And it's Memphis Depay. And it's gone back to the keeper. Hoisted upfield by the keeper. Gakpo. Caresses it through. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Sakiri. And it's played forward. Gakpo. Ake. Gakpo. Ake. And here's Gakpo. And here's Marlon. Memphis Depay. Timber plays it short. Reinders. Shot, surely! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Now it's Memphis Depay. And it's Memphis Depay. He's away! Oh, it's come loose. Calmly anticipates. Gakpo. Sakiri. And the flag has stayed down. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Tunisia perhaps ended up out of ideas and out of steam. Some warm applause and acknowledgement of the effort put in by the players, but that does not hide the overall disappointment. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, I think it's just a case of the gulf in class being too great, Peter. Their opponents were just better at everything, in every department. And